Back-to-back videos, guys. If you haven't checked out the other video, go ahead and check it out, man. 2 videos in one day. I'm not playing. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm not going to play around with this video. Yes. Dudes from the hood made fun of me because I was hanging out in the suburbs too much. They said I was turning into a white boy. But do I regret it? No. Because most of those dudes are dead, in jail, or haven't progressed in life. They've stayed stagnant. So if I would have taken their advice, I could have been RIP'd, I could have been locked away in prison, or I could still be living in the hood, struggling, complaining. So don't let it be you, man. Don't let it be you. Don't let dudes in the hood, don't let dudes that have no purpose hold you back and tell you that you are a cornball, you are corny, you are lame, you're not one of them anymore. That's fine. They're not your real friend. They're not for you. They don't care about your future. They don't care about you progressing in life. If your friends are telling you to stop doing something that's going to better you, that's going to better your mental, your physical, they really don't care about you. They're not your friends. They should want you to do better. If you going to the suburbs and you hanging out with white people is better for you, there's no reason for them to hate on you. The only reason why they would hate on you is because they want you to stay down, crab in the buckets. Now, it's one thing if they're warning you, like, man, that's fine. Go ahead and hang out there. Just be careful, man. Just be careful. You know, keep us updated. Let us know what's going on out there. Matter of fact, we want to go out there with you just to meet people and see what they on. That's different. But you could tell when dudes are literally hating on you. And that's what I receive. I receive literal hate. Literal hate. It went from, hey, man, you going up there again? You going up there again? All right, well, whenever you get back, we got to do this. We got to do this. Till when I got back, dudes just giving me the cold shoulder. Subliminal jokes. Talking about me behind my back. But they want to be like me. Oh, how do you get her? How do you get her? She's so fun. Why would she see in him? You know what she saw in me? I stopped hanging around you guys. That's what she saw in me. I focused more on her and building something with her than hanging around drinking, smoking, rapping about things that we're not actually doing, guns we're not actually toting. That's why. Can you believe it? The dudes I was hanging out with, one of them, a couple years older than me. I'll be 36 this year in October. He still think he's a rapper. Other dude that was younger than both of us, he still think he a rapper. One of them still live with mommy. Seen him in the gym. Yeah, I drove my mom car to the gym. Mine's in the shop. I didn't even bring it up. He brought it up. Other dude, mommy still doing this, doing that for him, washing his clothes. These dudes never grew up. The same dudes that was telling me I was corny for hanging out in the suburbs. I'm turning to a white boy. Oh, you hanging out with that white girl. I've been a homeowner for 7 years now with a different white girl. We've been in a 12-year relationship. What are they doing? What are they doing? None of the dudes I hung out with, have they gone viral on social media? Got some great high-paying job? A lot of them have kids out of wedlock. One of the dudes has a kid out of wedlock and his baby mother is with women now. So not only are you and her not together, you're co-parenting, but she disliked you so much she's dating women now. Funny story about that. Me and him were best friends at the time, right? We were at the beach one day and we got these two Puerto Rican girls' numbers. But somehow they got mixed up. I end up talking to the one that he bagged. He ended up talking to the one that I bagged, right? Not even the ones that we were initially attracted to. And man, God works in mysterious ways because you know what happened? The one that I ended up talking to that he technically bagged, she ended up being the biggest hoe. Giving me the run around, playing games, but had calling me her boyfriend, but she had other dudes on the side that she was kissing and screwing. Invited me to a birthday party one time, and her ex showed up, and she all over him, got too drunk, don't know how to act. But the one that I was supposed to talk to, my best friend at the time, he was having straight up success with her. Parents loved him. She was faithful to him. They had sex a lot. Again, they end up bearing child, but what did I say? They're not together. She left him for a female. So that was God protecting me. That was God saving me. Give you another example, man. Rest in peace to him, man. He got stabbed up in a nightclub. Yep, he got stabbed up and shot because the bouncers let some hood dudes in through the back door. But he was a good fighter, man. He really could fight, but he was known to defend his homies. And I was in that circle. I was in that inner circle, so I more than likely could have been at that club that night. And you know what happened? His homies, he was probably with a good 4 or 5 dudes. They were nowhere to be found when he got shot up and stabbed. There were plenty of witnesses. People said that a couple of dudes were in the bathroom, other dude was somewhere else. They split up. Now they knew the beef that he was in with the dudes at the nightclub he was at, because he went to a nightclub pretty much downtown of the hood, right? He knew he had beef. His friends knew he had beef. Why were they not by his side the whole entire time? Excuse me. They left him. They left him for dead. I heard he was fighting. He fought for a while. He was actually doing good, and they got tired because when I tell you he was a fighter, I considered him like a cousin, but he was like a Muhammad Ali. I'm telling you, this dude could fight. He really had hands. And it was really because he had a lot of anger built up and because he used to get beat up by his older uncle. You know, his older uncle was really rough. He used to wrestle him, really punch him like he was a grown man, and that made him tough. But when I tell you, if I was at that nightclub that night, I would have been by his side and more than likely would have got stabbed up and shot as well. Because I was not the type to run and hide or go hide in the bathroom like those dudes did. But you know where I was? I was up in the suburbs. Hanging with the white girl. The white girl that I was dating. And some of her white friends. That's where I was. I stopped hanging out at the clubs at night. I stopped going to the clubs. I stopped running the streets. And it saved me. It saved me from the BS. It saved my life. It saved me from feeling guilty if I actually was there. Maybe I had to go take a leak and something happened to him while I was in the bathroom. It couldn't get back to him. It saved me from that, from dealing with that heartache. Those dudes that was there with him that weren't there to defend him or protect him, you think till this day they still sleep well at night? And let me tell you guys, this happened at least about 10 to 15 years ago, old now. They still probably have nightmares. They still had deal with PTSD probably. They still deal with guilt. Because he died the night that they were there and they didn't even protect him. So yeah, I gave you guys a good amount of examples in this short video of why I'm glad I stopped hanging out in the hood and how dudes will try to put you down for not wanting to hang in the hood. But when you look back on things, 10 years go by, 15 years go by, you realize those dudes are still stuck in the same place and you've moved forward. You've experienced more things. You know, a lot of those dudes in the hood that made fun of me have never left the state, have never left the country. Now, I'm not the biggest traveler, but I've been to Jamaica. I've lived in Florida for a year. I lived in Massachusetts. I've been to Disney World. You know, there's still plenty more places I want to go, and I plan on traveling within the next few years until I'm 40. I'm going to do a lot of traveling, guys. Mark my words, and I will throw up some clips on this channel. But those guys are stagnant. They haven't done anything. They're not going anywhere. They haven't experienced what I've experienced. A lot of them have never experienced king's treatment. Having a woman wait on you hand and foot. They have never experienced the peace and quiet that I experienced living here in the suburbs. Well, I don't hear gunshots at night. I don't hear police sirens every night. I don't hear loud music for people throwing loud parties and clubbing. Or when I was living in the hood, living in the projects, living in apartment buildings. You got people who do not care if you got to go to work the next morning. Their music, boom, 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 blasting you can hear through the walls. Kids running up back and forth because you got kids that live above you. Dealing with roaches, mice, bed bugs. This is all the stuff that I was dealing with living in the hood, living in the projects. This is the place that they told me to stay. Nah, stay here in the hood, stay in the projects. Don't be going up here in the suburbs with those white people. You're going to turn into a white boy. This is what they was telling me. Don't believe The narrative. The narrative that things are bad, that white people are so racist and will lynch you and do all this stuff. Don't get me wrong. I know that stuff's happening. I'm not turning the other cheek or batting an eye. Like, I'm not ignoring the fact that there are still people that look like me that are being hung, that are being slaughtered by racist white people, yes. But depending where you live, that stuff's not happening. That stuff does not happen in Connecticut, in the state I live in. I've never heard of it happening. Not saying it hasn't ever happened, but it doesn't happen. It's very, very rare. Guys, I've spent plenty of times in the suburbs as a dude that lived in the hood, born and raised, lived in the project. I've been pulled over by the most suburban police officers. As long as you know, sir, yes, sir, do what they ask you to do, they will respect you a whole lot more. I'm telling you, I've dealt with more police harassment, more disrespect and abuse with cops in the hood. Let me just say that before we end this video. Cops in the hood have treated me worse than police officers in the suburbs. And that's facts. That's 100% facts. And I've got caught in the suburbs doing some things I had no business doing. Stealing, robbing, assault, all types of stuff. And cops still treating me with more respect than cops in the hood. So stop believing this narrative that as a black person, if you stop frequenting the hood, you start hanging out with white people and white girls, that something's going to happen to you. Again, I realize in the South, in certain places in the South, yeah, it's bad. But if you don't live in the South, man, what's your excuse? What's your excuse for staying stagnant? For blocking your blessings? Who cares about those dudes that talk smack about you? Who cares? The next 10, 15 years, you are not going to be friends with those dudes. And don't let that go in one ear and out the other, because I'm pretty sure you heard that from your parents, your grandparents, your uncles, somebody. The friends that you have now in your 20s, if you're watching this, they are not going to be your friends when you get into your late 30s, your 40s. More than likely, you may have one or two, but if you have a big circle, if you have more than 2 or 3 friends right now, homies in the hood, those my homies, my gang this, gang that, they're not going to be around in the next 10 to 20 years, I'm telling you. So stop putting all your energy and all your trust and your belief into them. Stop hanging out in the hood so much, in the projects, smoking and drinking weed, drinking lean. That shit is not going to do nothing for your future. Establish your future now. Establish it now. There are plenty beautiful women that live in the suburbs. Plenty of cool friends, homies, homegirls, whatever. If you're a man, guy, girl watching this that live in the suburbs, that'll be your friend. That'll be more loyal friends than the dudes in the hood. Just because your dude in the hood will jump somebody with you or shoot somebody for you, you think they're loyal. Or check somebody when they disrespect you when you're not around, you think they're loyal. Man, it's more to it than that. A real friend, a real homie wants to see you progress in life. If they can help you, give you a helping hand, help you get ahead, they will help you get ahead. If they can protect you from the BS, give you shelter, they will do that. That's a real friend. Not somebody who will beat up somebody for you or jump somebody for you or cuss somebody out for you or fight somebody for you. That's not what it's really about, man. That's not what it's really about when it comes to longevity and improving our future. All right? So you guys comment down below, hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, man. I'll catch you on the next one. And make sure you watch the other video if you haven't already. Peace and love.